On January 15th, 2013, the channel Robhgien Yrgna, I think that's how you'd pronounce that, was created by a user who would go on to post over 7,000 videos, all of which were noise complaints involving his neighbors. Although in every video, you can barely make out a sound at all. The recording's visibility is next to nothing, and the titles, most of them vulgar, are strange. For example, loud, rude, annoying, noisy neighbors. Only the rain can wash them away. Or loud, rude, annoying, noisy neighbors singing Christmas ornament outdoors. One of the channel's more concerning features is the user's profile picture. Given the context of the channel, some viewers have wondered if the images imply malicious intent. To make things worse, some of the videos include the sounds of twigs snapping and children running, leading many to believe that these videos were recorded on foot by the user getting a closer look. Some of the theories include that the user is mentally ill, has extremely sensitive hearing, or is under some gang-stalking delusion. Our next entry is that of a man named Jim.
My name is Jim. I was an aeronautic research engineer at NASA from 1989 to 2004. I was recently diagnosed with bone cancer and told that I have 5 months left to live.
An aeronautic research engineer for NASA who at the time had 5 months left to live. His channel was created in 2008. The description left by his lawyer states, "These are a series of videos that my client requested to be released after his death." The content of Jim's videos? His attempt to expose the existence of aliens, their relationship with humans, and a government conspiracy where world leaders orchestrate wars on behalf of the aliens in exchange for an extended lifespan. In his first video, Jim introduces the Greys, a remorseless telepathic species capable of reading thoughts and planting false memories into their victims. He describes them as unpleasant, and even recalls a time when they killed a scientist with their thoughts. In the following 3 videos, Jim explains that the Greys are able to implant themselves within humans in the form of negative thoughts. This is to develop a type of parasitic relationship. In the other video, he confesses his fears of death, while a slideshow of American conflicts play in the background, alluding to the collusion going on between world leaders and the Greys. This stream of strange videos is then abruptly halted by his lawyer, who posted this.
The family of my client has taken out a temporary restraining order prohibiting me from uploading further footage as it contains video that they consider private and possibly damaging to their reputations.
Shortly after, the lawyer continued to post more videos, such as footage of an alien and how to contact aliens. Take a look.
What you're seeing is psychospiritual energy, and you can see the movement, manifestation of a gray alien that has formed a parasitic relationship with the subject.
In this next clip, the law firm actually puts out a disclaimer clearing themselves of any side effects the viewer may receive from the video. The content? It's not just how to contact aliens, but also how to summon them.
We found that a certain sound vibration mixed with specific geometric shapes in the visual field combined with human subjective consciousness, it creates a gate through which interdimensional beings can emerge. And what you are about to see will bring into your living space a being called a Neth. Do not be frightened.
The next wave of videos included a supposed alien transmission, and even more interesting, a recording of what we presume to be a government employee threatening Jim for leaking the information.
Because if you keep doing this, you're not going to last long, and it's not going to be pretty, all right? And if you die tomorrow, you're going to be lucky, okay? So you better stop doing what you're doing and leave it alone. You don't understand that you're surrounded. You don't even know what you're talking about, all right? If you do this anymore, do you want the zombies to start getting worse? Jim, do you want to have to go visit the doctor pretty soon and find out what he has to say if you don't shut the fuck up?
And just when things couldn't get any weirder, Jim's lawyer uploads this. It's here where we see a slight change in the channel's subject matter. The videos transition from aliens to the occult. Some viewers may find this next video disturbing. Feel free to skip to the timestamp below. This is by far the most bizarre post on Jim's channel, and I gotta say, it feels a little out of place. How did we go from aliens to whatever this is? As for the writing on the fan, there's a lot to take in. For starters, there's 4 names: David Kelly, Stephen Mostow, Ian Longford, and Robert Shope Obituary, all of whom studied biological warfare and bioterrorism. They're also all dead. Among the mess is a list of dates, Bible verses, and the phrase, "You are sleeping." At the top is the Fibonacci sequence, which in short is just numbers being added on top of each other. And at the end is what looks like a set of coordinates, which mark the location of, forgive my pronunciation, Lakshadweep, India. The final video, titled Omega Phase, shows a clock with the time 11:58. This has left some to speculate that Jim could be referencing the Doomsday Clock, a symbolic clock with midnight representing the end of the world. Unlike a regular clock, this one periodically moves forwards as well as backwards, depending on how close we are to an extinction-level event. If the theorists are correct, then it looks like Jim thought we were pretty close. After all, Omega is the last letter of the Greek alphabet and symbolizes the end. But are the videos authentic? Was there really a man named Jim who worked for NASA, and did he really try to expose the existence of aliens? Thanks to YouTuber Rainbot, it looks like we have our answer. It turns out that Jim may actually be a Duncan Trussell, an American actor and stand-up comic, and here's what gave it away. In one of Jim's videos, he's introduced by a ventriloquist doll by the name of Little Hobo. The same doll happened to make another appearance in a second video, which was deleted from the channel. Coincidentally, that same deleted video was re-uploaded to the site Funny or Die, where it was credited to Trussell. There are also images of Trussell performing with the same doll. Looks like Little Hobo tied it all together. DeepCave.com. Welcome to DeepCave.com. Be warned, I am a rank amateur when it comes to website design, and I don't have time or plans to improve. One day, soon, I will pay someone to do a proper job, and then it might be worth looking at. These were the words of David Shaw, an Australian pilot with a passion for technical diving. Now, this isn't your ordinary diving. With the proper training, technical divers are able to traverse underwater caves, the interiors of shipwrecks, or any other environment that lacks direct access to the surface. Introduced to diving by his son, Shaw would become enamored with this hobby, pushing himself to dive deeper in the pursuit of exploration. Per his website, Shaw wanted to be where no other man had explored before. After learning the basics, Shaw took it a step further by taking a course on cave diving. This would be his primary interest, and from there on, he would go on to break multiple diving records. As for his website, Shaw would use it to document his diving progress, share photos, and other future plans, one of which would involve a shocking discovery. During one of Shaw's record-breaking cave dives, he came across the remains of a Dion Dreyer, another diver who had gone missing 10 years back. According to a report posted on his site, Shaw attempted to recover the body then and there, but after a bit of struggling, he instead opted to tie the remains to a line and turn back. This would be followed by months of planning, as Shaw and a team of divers would reattempt to recover the body. After making the discovery, Shaw felt an obligation to return Dreyer's body back to his family. In the days leading up to the recovery, Shaw would post daily updates informing his followers of the steps being taken and the equipment being used. On January 8, 2005, the team would initiate their plans, with Shaw attempting to recover the body all by himself. With all the proper equipment and a video camera to document the effort, Shaw would dive 270 meters or 900 feet inside this underwater cave. Following the line he tied, he reached Dreyer's body and attempted to place him in a special body bag. Unexpectedly, the body then began to float, a result of no longer being embedded in the mud.
Now, things are not to plan because the body is loose. It's not in the... it's no longer stuck in the mud. Everything is loose. The body's moving around with its cylinders.
This made the recovery much more difficult, and at this point, Shaw was running out of time. As a result of the silt, his visibility was poor, he was working too hard, and above all else, he was all alone. Using every minute he had down to the last second, he was left with no choice but to turn back again. Only this time, there were complications. As he was turning back, Shaw found that he was overexerting himself. He was caught in the line, and not only that, he was dragging the body with him. On his website, Shaw stated, "One day, soon, I will pay someone to do a proper job, and then it might be worth looking at," referring to his website. That day would never come. While attempting to return to the surface, Shaw would become incoherent and pass away 900 feet below in the cave. Since 2005, deepcave.com is at a standstill. It serves as a memorial that offers a glimpse into Shaw's final days, down to the last moments before his fatal dive. The eeriest aspect of the website is that there's no mention of Shaw's death, but there were a couple of updates after, both having to do with recovering the diving equipment. Of course, they did leave out the part that Shaw's body was still tied to it all, as well as the body bag still tangled in the lines. Well, there you have it. If you enjoyed today's video, leave a like and share your thoughts down below. And if you're new to the channel, well, I hope you liked the video enough to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Jonathan from Imagine This.